Okay, guys, so it is day 3, and so these have had another 16 to 24 hours, depending on your temperature. They have sat here. So this is the third resin coating we're going to put in, and the final resin coating we're going to put on these guys. So take a look. You can see how the resin is starting to, it has created that pool, and it has gone right to the edges. That is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for those edges to be the only spot left for us to cover on the third coating. Okay, so my resin is mixed. My temperature is there around 25, 26 degrees Celsius, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got my system ready, and now we're going to go. So again, we're gonna one drop. And again, your resin is going to spread really fast, not fast, but it's going to spread because it's the third coating. So there's already resin on there, and again, less is more. And hopefully at the very end, after another cure of 24 hours or so, 16 to 24 hours, depending on your temperature, we're going to see the fruits of our labor. Hopefully, if we do it right, we're going to be able to pop these right off. No markings, nice and clean on the back, and away you go. And then we're ready to set them as jewelry or keep them as a personal gemstone. So all the way around, you can see I'm taking my time with this. A little bit of a flame. If there's any bubbles, we're going to get those bubbles out. Set that level. This one is definitely giving me trouble, but that's life. Get that in there. And again, so how to how to mitigate this trouble? So again, I would drill that a little bit more. And so clearly the whole the end of my daub here is there we go. I need to push a little harder, get that level, and then we're ready to move on here. Okay, so hopefully you guys are seeing this, that you're coming in nice and close to check this out. Again, one full drop we know for this guy. Spreading that resin all the way around, right to the very edges. Flipping that over and then spreading more. And again, if you need more, go ahead. But again, remember, less is more. And you always, if you've watched these videos, you're hearing me say that. The more of these you do, the better off the better you're going to get. You're going to be able to figure out how much resin drops per unit you're going to need to really seal it, and to make sure that you've got it all the way to the edges, all the way around, without dripping underneath. And again, that's where the practice comes in. All the way around. And again, like I keep saying, I'm using the fluorescent light that I've got. I'm using that as the method to see if I have any imperfections, any bubbles, any matter. It could be any kind of matter, and I'm constantly turning that gemstone to see if I have any areas to fill or where trouble areas are going to be. And this one is almost filled right to the whole entire edge. This one's working out good. They're all going well so far. But again, I'm enjoying myself. I'm taking my time. I'm not, again, these things are going to have to cure. Resin is something that to me, you take your time with. If you want results, you're going to put in the effort to do it. And even if you make mistakes, so what? You know what? You got the stone. You're not going to lose the stone, especially if it's a natural stone. If it's a triplet or a doublet, maybe you might lose it, depending on how bad you resin it or what you do with it. You might have to soak it in methyl hydrate to get your stone back. But when you're dealing with a freeform natural like these are, I'm not really worried about it. Even if I make a catastrophic mistake and I had to soak this, I wouldn't care, because I know it's attached to the original matrix. I'd be able to pop the resin off. I've smoothed it out so well that I'll be able to pop this resin off no problem, and I'll be able to redo it or do whatever I need to do with the gemstone, because I've already taken my time with it. And once you arbor it properly, then the surface of your stone is going to be so smooth, then your resin is going to set and go over a lot easier, let's just say, with that smooth surface. So the smoother surface, the better for resin. Again, not too much. This one could see a drip. And you know what, tomorrow, guys, and if I see a drip, I will certainly show you how to get rid of that drip. I've seen it all. I've seen drips on the side. I've seen drips underneath. I've had units just fall over in the middle of the night, and they're stuck to the excuse me, outside of the actual the resin system itself. I've seen it all, so there's nothing we can't fix. I think we're almost constantly turning. Give it a couple. Okay, I can see a bubble there right in the corner. Now it's gone. Okay, and I wanted to save the best for last, because this gemstone, I'll tell you what, is, I hope you guys can see this, you know, this gemstone is just absolutely phenomenal. Magenta purple to this really amazing kind of red, and then we've got purple, we've got blue, we've got, look at the veins. Oh, this one's a keeper. This one's a keeper. I can't wait to see if this one is going to pop off just perfect tomorrow. And you know, you can see me grabbing more drops of resin, you know, so my resin is starting to set, and the more you work with it, the more you're going to see that. When you first start out, after you mix it, it's just super liquid, its viscosity is super high, so super thin, really easy liquid to spread. And as it starts to set, the liquid gets more thick and a little harder to spread. So you'll start to see that. Again, don't panic, you're not losing it. Just make sure that you've got enough to look at the colors. Just make sure you have enough to spread over. And again, if we do a drip or something like that, it's not that big of a deal. We'll fix that. Look at, this is so awesome. Okay, look at that. Okay, get in there, camera person. Just go for it. Absolutely, you know, look at this gemstone. Look at the colors on this gemstone. Oh, okay, there's a bubble there, so stay close. We're going to take a little flame and take that bubble away. Look at the colors that we're getting off this gemstone. So the whole idea is that I'm going to be able to pop it off this gemstone after a 16 to 24 hour cure. Okay, and we're almost done. I see a little corner here. We want to build that up just a little bit more. Again, we've went to all the effort, so we're going to do this properly. Again, we're going to tilt this so you can see more on this side here, all the way around. And once you pop this off, of course, then you're thinking of the jewelry setting you're going to use. You're going to think of what the application is for your gemstone and what you're going to do with it. Look at that. Okay, so bubble there, and we're going to get rid of that. One more good flame right here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Sometimes if you get a bubble that doesn't go as soon as you flame, that means that bubble is likely covered in a lot of resin, and or if it's not going away, it actually could be a piece of matter. And again, you know, pieces of matter are a lot easier than you think, guys. It's almost, you know, unless you have, you know, a completely sealed room, you know, don't be too hard on yourselves. Seal the room as best you can, and then, you know, mitigate matter. You can check them. I don't check them much anymore, but you know, after you start to after you're done resining and you start to cook them, you know, you can come back every 20 minutes or so and just take a check just to see. Look at those colors. Okay, well, you know what, this is this one I think is gone as far as I can. I don't want to get too aggressive. We don't want it to go too far over the sides, but far enough. Okay, so now I'm going to set this guy down. One last flame for good luck. And set this down. I got my temperature, so now I'm going level and making sure that there's absolutely as flat as possible. You want your resin to be level, and again, you're going to see those drips if you don't. Get that level. Okay, so it looks good. So now I'm going to let these sit for the 16 hours, 24 hours, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be able just to literally pop them right off, and we're going to see a finished gemstones. Okay, guys, stay tuned.